5:03 now, day 3 of testimony today in the trial of reputed mob boss James Whitey Bulger.
2 bookies expected to testify about how Bulger threatened them. Justin Michaels live outside the Moakley Federal Courthouse on this rainy Friday with a preview of what's expected today. Justin?
Hey, good morning, Eric. Good morning, Christy. Those bookies' names, James Katz and Dick O'Brien, and they say that James Whitey Bulger allegedly made them pay him so that they could stay in business. They're taking the stand later today when this trial gets underway again. But yesterday, something that really woke up the jury. They had these weapons, including 6 machine guns, physically brought into the courtroom. The prosecution says Bulger and his gang used these to intimidate people and also to steal money. And Bulger is, of course, charged in the killing of 19 people in the 70s and 80s. Now, the prosecution also showed dozens of pictures of guns, masks, money, and even a police badge and other things that were recovered when the police were tipped off. Now, the most gripping testimony came yesterday from former Massachusetts State Police Colonel Tom FOLEY. FOLEY testified that Bulger's gang collected money. They called rent from the bookies and also drug dealers and other people. Also, those people could continue to operate within Bulger's, quote, territory. Now, FOLEY spoke when he walked out of court yesterday about the evidence brought into the courtroom, those guns. Listen now.
The weapons themselves are pretty impressive, and you don't find those weapons around anywhere, actually. They're all military-style weapons. They're very heavy caliber machine guns, and just even from a law enforcement perspective, to see those type of weapons and just to think about the type of hands that they were in for so many years is pretty chilling.
Now, during cross-examination by the defense, they did question Tom FOLEY about why James Martirano, a former crony of Bulger, was not questioned about his involvement in some other members of the Winter Hill gang. Of course, that's the gang that Bulger is allegedly a former member of, and the gang that allegedly pulled off all these different crimes and killings. Well, FOLEY simply said that he knew someday that he would have to answer to that in court, why Martirano was not questioned about those other members of the gang. But he said because they weren't questioned, he thought at the time and still thinks that it was the only way that they could eventually bring Bulger to justice. Court starts again here at the federal courthouse at 9 o'clock this morning. We'll be here to cover it for you. Back into you.
Justin Michaels live for his Moakley Federal Courthouse and throughout the trial. Certainly NECN bringing you live updates throughout the day as well as full coverage on the website, NECN.com. Alicia Palumbo in the courtroom. You can follow her on Twitter, Alicia, @Alicia NECN.